What is up, fam? I hope you can hear me, because I don't have headphones. I'm out in nature today. It's cold outside. There is a herring right behind. That was amazing. Okay, thank you, universe. I haven't made a sit-down video in a minute. There's more birds behind me. Enjoy. I love birds. They're excited. Okay, so I want to talk about duality today because it's something that I've been like super drawn to recently to like dissect and understand. It's the fourth principle, like one of the laws of the universe is duality, the fact that we have like a masculine and feminine, or like there's love and hatred, or confusion and clarity, and like both of them have to exist at the same time. There's another law about like swinging between these things, but beyond polarity, there's also oneness. So the two things that we think are on different extremes are actually the same thing. I've been thinking about apples recently and how we have this quote, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So we think of apples as like this health food and it's good for you, but like what about people who are allergic to apples? And if they eat an apple, they're gonna go into anaphylactic shock and possibly die. So on one extreme, eating an apple a day may be good for you, but on the other extreme, eating an apple a day could possibly kill you. And it's just interesting how that kind of goes about. Another cool thing about the law of duality, or the law of polarity, is the fact that paradoxes, like a paradox can exist, but it also doesn't exist at the same time. So in the law, in the Kybalion, or however you say that, Kybalion, I don't know, Kibaloni, I don't know. Forgive me. Anyway, it says that all paradoxes will be reconciled. So there's this one that I think about. I forget whose paradoxes it is, but basically like travel is impossible, because to get from point A to point B, you have to get to the middle point. And to get from point A to the middle point, you have to get to the middle point of that point. And to get to that point, you have to get to the middle point. So essentially you never move, right? But clearly we move every day. There's cars driving by and whatever. So like, yes, that paradox exists and you can think about it, but it also doesn't exist because what we experience isn't what that is. And it also talks about how all truths are only half-truths, right? So just because something is true for you doesn't mean it's true for somebody else. Which is also paradoxical, because if everybody is bound by these universal laws, but yet nobody is bound by the universal laws. There's morning doves. Yeah, so these are things that I've been thinking about. I actually had this whole list of stuff in my mind about duality that I wanted to talk about, and as soon as I sat down, I like got distracted by that bird. But maybe that's okay too. But yeah, it was making me think of like, so we need confusion in order to understand clarity, right? We need pain in order to understand pleasure. We need anger in order to understand love. And in a sense, it was making me think of like how I can heal my father wound. Because even the mother wound too, you can heal all the wounds. Essentially, they're the same wound. The mother and father wound is the same, because the masculine and feminine are both on the same spectrum. But thinking about the father wound, if your father was angry all the time, there's a reality where he was loving all the time too. But if you were in the reality where he was loving all the time, you wouldn't understand what anger is. Or maybe you would. I don't know, because I think about it now and I'm like, I don't know, I understand anger, but I don't know if I understand love. I don't know. I still don't know. Every day I'm learning something new. And that's okay too. Every day we're still learning. It's getting cold here. I have gloves. I'm wearing 2 hoodies. I should probably buy a scarf. I have a hat, but I didn't wear it today because I'm not allowed to wear it in the classroom. Which made me sad. Yeah. What are your thoughts about duality? What does it make you think of? I've also been thinking about shadows. So like how shadows are cast. I want to study the shadows. I have to sing a song today, and I've been really anxious about it. My brain kind of hurts and I need lunch. But I am suffering right now so that I can understand what it means to not suffer, I guess. But also, because of the beyond duality, there's the oneness. So everything just is. There's no right or wrong, because they're on different ends of the spectrum. But they're the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just one extreme or the other. And I think in order for us to come into unity, we have to accept both sides. That they exist as they are. I always tell this story of the farmer. It's like a Chinese story. This farmer who has a horse. And one day his horse runs away. And all the townspeople come up and they're like, "Oh, that's too bad, you lost your horse." And he's like, "Oh, maybe." And the next day the horse comes back and he brings 2 other horses, and all the townspeople come up, they're like, "Oh, that's so good, your horse came back and you got extras." And he's like, "Yeah, maybe." And then his son was trying to tame the horses because they were wild, right? And the horse like kicked him off, and his son broke his leg, and all the townspeople were like, "Oh, that's too bad, your son's leg is broken." And the farmer was like, "Yeah, maybe." And then the like a month or so later, like some people from the army came to recruit because there was a war that broke out in a town over. And they came to recruit his son, but his son's leg was broken, so they couldn't take him. And all the townspeople came and they're like, "Oh, that's so good, your son doesn't have to go to war." The farmer's like, "Yeah, maybe." So essentially the moral of the story is it doesn't matter if something is good or bad, because we don't know the outcome. Confirmation. The bird is screaming at me. Pay attention! We don't know the outcome. You may have a terrible experience, but it turns out to actually put you in the right position for the best experience of your life. I have a friend who, I hope I'm allowed to tell this story, I won't say any names, but it was making me think of this. I have a friend who moved to a completely new area because of his girlfriend, and then his girlfriend broke up with him, so now he's stuck in this area. But had he not moved to that area, him and I would have never met. So, is it a good experience or a bad experience? But is meeting me a good experience or a bad experience? Who knows? No one knows the answer. Everything just is, though. Like, it's neither good nor bad. You're just living your life. You're just doing your things. We're all just doing our things. I'm just chilling. just exist. Accept both parts of existence as they are, as they come to you. I guess that makes it necessary for both war and peace to exist. Because without war, we would not know peace. And there is moments in time where both war and peace are happening at the same time. Like right now, there's tons of wars going on, but I'm in the most peaceful place, in the most peaceful country. I guess it's just what you tune into, too. Like, if we're all radio frequencies, whatever frequency we're tuned into is what we're going to experience. So if we're tuned into the chaotic frequency, we're going to experience chaos. If we're tuned into the calm frequency, we're going to experience calm. But it all happens inside. It's not what's happening outside. Outside is a reflection of the inside. Nature's doing some wild shit today. I don't even know. I'm just in this like weird parking lot, but there's this tiny bit of nature here. There used to be some flowers growing over here. I think this is bamboo. There's like some bamboo in there. Yeah. Talk to the trees. The trees will tell you some interesting stuff. It's really cold out and I'm hungry and I have to go pee. Not that you need to know any of that, but this is a safe space. So yeah, this isn't a usual tarot video, but I thought it was important to talk about. And I don't even think I said all the things I wanted to say, but I feel better about talking about it because it was like running through my head all day. And it just feels good to talk sometimes. Let me know what you think of duality. How do you experience reality? Here she goes, making poems again. Yeah, I hope you have a great day. I love you guys. I'm proud of you for all the work you're doing. Take a moment just to chill out in the trees, and the grass, and the leaves. Touch some ass. I don't know. Okay. Have a blessed and beautiful day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.